Alex Reads. So in today's video, we are going to be talking about short stories, where to start when you want to read short stories, particularly Black short stories. I have come to love this genre about, I would say, almost 2 years ago, because at one point could not stand short stories because I felt like there was no closure. But then when I realized it's in the title, it's short stories, it's not a full-length novel. Once I got that in my head, I started to really enjoy them. And then I found an author that is particularly, she specializes in short story collections, and her writing is unbelievable. So we're going to be talking about her. But I have some that I have read and some that I want to read. Let's just get started. Okay, so I always say, if you don't know where to start when it comes to a particular genre, especially if you're first getting into reading, or if you just, don't know where to start, anthologies are key. I also have a video where I mention all my favorite anthologies when it comes to Black literature. I'll put it down below. So when I wanted to get into short stories, I bought this anthology, and it really did help me. And it is Black American Short Stories, A Century of the Best. And this is edited by John Clark. This has everyone from Maya Angelou, James Baldwin, Sterling K. Brown, who else? W. Du Bois, Zora Neale Hurston, just everyone. And the reason why I love this, because I did not know a lot of these authors wrote short stories. Like, for example, I didn't know Maya Angelou wrote short stories. I always knew that she wrote her autobiographies and obviously poetry. I would recommend you guys get this if you are looking for Black short story collections. This will be your starting point. Okay, now let's get into the ones that I really did enjoy. So who catapulted me into short stories and loving them is J. California Cooper. You guys know I'm doing my author project where I am reading all of her fictional work. She mainly writes short stories and plays, and she has novels. And when I tell you her writing, oh, it is so, so good. I can't even explain how good this woman can write. She is witty. You laugh, you're angry, you just, every emotion, she brings it out. And who discovered her was Alice Walker. She was putting on a play, her production, and her daughter Paris invited Alice Walker. And after it was done, she said, you should take some of those plays and make them into short stories. And if you do that, I will publish them. We have to thank Alice Walker for this brilliant woman, because like I said, she knows how to write. Next is James Baldwin, Going to Meet the Man. This, loved it. You know, with James Baldwin, his main things are injustice when it comes to Black men in America. And I would say my favorite one, I think, is the self-titled one, isn't it? Isn't it Going to Meet the Man? Because it was the first time I read his works where the protagonist was a woman. A lot of times, you guys know, his protagonist is a male. And I discovered I like the way he writes women characters, because I like the way he wrote Ida in Another Country. Ida was a mess, but I like the way he wrote her. But yeah, this, fantastic. Next is Alice Walker, You Can't Keep a Woman Down. Now, this is the only Alice Walker short story collection I have read and own, and I do want to get more because I was highly impressed. I mean, this is Alice Walker. Come on now. Alice Walker can write anything. And it was one particular story that I really liked. I think it actually was the first one. Yeah, it was the first one, where it was inspired by, who? What's his name? Elvis Presley. Y'all know how Elvis Presley stole all that music from all the Blacks. You know how Little Richard say, they stole from me? Okay, yeah. Particular story, it's called 1955. This man, he, like, is a singer, and he really likes this song that this Black woman wrote, and he does ask her permission, but it's the principle of the matter is, you took it and it blew up, and when I had it, no one really cared about it. She knocks you out with the first bang, okay? Because that story was amazing. Next, of course, love this author, Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie. This is The Thing Around Your Neck. And this was, I think, one of the short story collections that I read, like, in the beginning of my reading, because that was the time I was obsessed with anything African literature. I wasn't reading anything except African literature. And she is the one that I gravitated towards because Her writing is, it's undescribable. Chimamanda can write. Short story collection, if you want to know and learn and explore about African culture, particularly Nigerian culture, this is where it is. Next is a recent collection that I read, and it is The Goodness of St. Roch by Alice Dunbar Nelson. You guys know I stumbled up on this. I read a book in one day because I was so excited to see her in Barnes and Noble, because you guys know they don't really showcase our work. So when I saw this book in the store, I immediately grabbed it. Didn't even read the synopsis, and I learned that it was short story collections. And she is the wife of Paul Laurence Dunbar, and her stories are set in New Orleans, and unbelievable, unbelievable. And then lastly, for the books I've read is Edwidge Danticat. She is a Haitian writer. And about 2 years ago, she was on my 3 author project where I read all of her fictional work. She's a triple threat, y'all, because she does YA, she does like adult fiction, she does nonfiction, short stories, triple threat, okay? But I would say my favorite probably is Crit Crack. Ooh, Lord, I need to change these tabs. This is back in the day where tabs really mean anything to me, but now they do. The 2 I can think of is Caroline's Wedding and Children of the Sea. I really did like, and Night Women. And then for this collection, which came out a couple years ago, was a recent pick. My favorite is Without Inspection, Sunrise, Sunset, y'all. That's the one where you have a mother and a daughter. The mother has dementia, and the daughter, she just had a baby, and it looked like she might be struggling from postpartum depression, because she just don't really just gravitate towards the baby. But the mom, because she has dementia, when she always plays with baby dolls. And again, the daughter just had a baby. So you can imagine. Yeah, that one got me. Okay, so those are the ones that I've read. Now, ones I want to get into, it's really just 3 that I want to get into that I have. This author is not Black, but after I read one of his novels, I've just been engrossed in his writing, and it is D.H. Lawrence. He wrote Lady Chatterling. What else did he write? Sons and Lovers. But I did not know that he wrote short stories, and when I saw that, I had to pick it up. And then you guys know how much I like the Black Spines Penguin edition, so had to get this. Really excited to read his works, because his women are different from, he wrote in like the 19th century, right? But his women, you know how the women that were written in the 19th century, they don't have any say, obviously, which we know why. But his women are a little bit more freer, okay? Especially when it comes to their sexuality. But they do stuff that, look, the women ain't supposed to do, okay? They're not conventional, and that's what I like about his writing. But then he has some that, will be conventional. But yeah, can't wait to get into this, because I really did like and enjoy Lady Chatterley's Lover. Next, I'm really excited about this author. This is Neighbors and Other Story by Diane Oliver. Now, I actually knew about Diane Oliver because I had another collection of short stories where she was in it. It was only like one short story. The reason why this is so great, this young lady, she was known for she wrote short stories, but she passed at the age of 22, or really young, from a car accident. And her works never fully got published. She would be in like, some short story collection pieces, or some anthologies, and it was rare, okay? And this year, they finally published her works in one collection. And there's an introduction by Tari Jones. Get into this cover. This just came out, I want to say about 2 months ago. And when I saw this on Tari Jones' Instagram, I had to snatch it up, because again, I had read one of her stories and really did enjoy it. And when I realized what happened to her, it just made me even more sad, because she didn't get a chance to get, her name really out there. She did publish some short stories in like literary magazines, also at her university. But the fact that they were able to finally publish her works, all together in one book. It's so amazing. And then lastly, this is also not a Black author, but he is one of my favorites. It is F. Scott Fitzgerald. I did not know that he wrote short stories, and I got this from Barnes& and Noble for $8, and this is 2 novels and 19 short stories. The reason why I got this, for the first time last year, I believe, I watched The Curious Case of Benjamin Button. I know I'm late to the game, y'all. And I did not know that that was based off a short story written by him. I just thought that was a movie they just came up with. But I did not know it was a short story by him. Now, it is slightly different. They have the gist of it where, he grows old and young and all that, yeah. But like how they added, Queenie, him being raised by a Black mom and stuff like that, yeah, no. Because Benjamin, he had a mom and a daddy. I have a lot to choose from because, 19 short stories, so yeah. So yeah, guys, that is it when it comes to my short story collection. Some that I really love, some that I want to get into. In this genre, like I said, I have learned to love and really appreciate the concept of short stories because they can be real good. They really can be good. So yeah, guys, that's all I have for you, and I'll be back with more Black books. Bye.